Thank you for joining us again on the newsroom. These are some trending headlines. At the moment, the state government has faulted the plans by the federal government to cede the feeding and caring for infants in the custodian centers to the state. The government of Ogun, Gombe, Ondo, Delta, Borno, Osun, and Rivers have argued that the federal government should review the current revenue allocation formula to put them in a better financial position to shoulder the proposed responsibility. The request by the state government comes against the backdrop by the Minister of Interior, Rauf Aragbeshola, that the federal government will stop feeding state offenders in custodial centers across the country from January 1st, 2024. No fewer than 20 persons have been reported killed following a clash between two ethnic groups over kinship in Taraba State. The development comes on the heels of a coronation held for the traditional ruler of Wukun Chiefdom. Sources revealed that the ceremony, which was put together by Governor Darius Ishaku, turned out to be a decision but was not welcomed by other tribes. Houses, vehicles, and farmlands were not spared in the carnage that ensued. The federal government has announced that 160 women claiming to be Nigerians in war-torn Sudan have no passport to fly back to the country. In a press briefing, the Director General of National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Mustafa Ahmed, says the agency was being careful not to evacuate non-Nigerians based on how some desperate Sudanese were desperate to enter the vehicles meant to move Nigerians. He, however, noted that the windows of evacuation were still open to any Nigerian with verified document who is interested in returning to the country. India has reported 1,272 fresh COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. According to the ministry, 2,252 people recovered from the diseases were recorded in the last 24 hours. Meanwhile, the active caseload in the country stands at 15,515, while the daily positivity rate stands at 1.02%. The governor of the central bank, Godwin Emefiele, has expressed concerns over the recent challenges encountered by Nigerians in using the USSD code. The CBN governor explained that the effort has been put in place to address the issues encountered in using the USSD recently, while also noting that the APS Bank will continue to support initiatives that will enhance financial inclusion, adding that the financial inclusion rate in the country currently stands at 64%, which is far below the 70% target set for the year 2020. According to the CBN governor, the central bank has set a target of 95% financial inclusion by January 2024, a target which it says is still on course. In the global scene, Turkey headed for a runoff vote against President Tayyip Erdogan, led over his opposition rival Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu in Sunday's election. According to the state-owned news, with almost 97% of ballot boxes counted, Erdogan led with 49.39% of votes and Kılıçdaroğlu at 49.92%. The presidential vote will decide not only who leads Turkey, but also whether it reverts to a more secular democratic path, how it will handle its severe cost of living crisis, and manage key relations with Russia, the Middle East, and the West. And in sports, Barcelona has won La Liga for the first time since 2019 by defeating Espanyol 4-2 on Sunday, wresting the title back from rivals Real Madrid. The Catalonian Giants clinched their 27th Spanish championship at the home of their neighbors, with the scene turning ugly at full-time, and celebrating Barcelona players were chased from the field by pitch invaders. Robert Lewandowski struck twice for Barcelona, along with goals from Alejandro Blade and Uz Koundé. Now the club can finally start a new chapter after winning its first major title since the painful exit of Lionel Messi 2 years ago. That's the latest on the news. Remaining thanks for watching. I am Tamilore Akinkwole. Bye for now.